ang habol ko lang talaga before when I was doing Love Notes was first to get as much ratings as possible. And then, of course, for my self-glory. Kasi parang, oh wow, ako si Joe Domingo. It was very, very selfish. I'm making that confession now. I was using God most of the time, my advices. Kasi parang, don't forget to pray, God always looks after you, ganyan. Lagi ko sinasabi yun because I know God. I know God from a perspective of a person who goes to church every Sunday and prays. And I don't know why I did that, but I did that primarily because gusto ko lang tumaas yung rating. And nung naging Christian ako, parang sabi ko, Lord, I want to make amends.
This podcast is powered by Podcast Network Asia and Podmetrics.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Narrow Door Podcast. Come on in, whether you are joining us on YouTube or Spotify, we are so happy that you are here. It's a special episode of the show because we're doing hashtag Just the Girls. The girls are Samo,
Tina Ryan.
Yes. Okay. All right, Tina, I gotta say, I am a little nervous for today's episode because I call you a radio legend, and I really mean that. I don't use the word legend lightly, but our guest today is, on top of being a radio legend, he is like a giant of the industry. He is a pillar of the industry. And I'm frankly very intimidated right now. I feel completely out of my league, but I'm also just thrilled that he's here to tell us about his journey in the career, which has been absolutely amazing, and in the faith as well. So, I mean, if you're on YouTube, you're looking at him already. I am so honored and happy to welcome radio legend turned pastor, Joe Domingo is here.
Hey,
Tito.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Tina. It's really a pleasure to be part of your program. An honor to be here with you tonight. So sa lahat ng mga viewers nyo, sa lahat ng mga nanonood, I'm glad to be here, and I hope I can share with you some of snippets of my life, hopefully to inspire you in one way or the other.
I mean, Tito Joe, natatawa kay Sam kanina kasi talagang ano daw itatanong namin sa'yo. So, Tito Joe, no, mataba utak niyan. Ano yan, easy peasy, kahit ano pag-usapan. Technology, kasi super... No, alam mo ba,
Yes,
Sam, one thing you don't know about Tito Joe so techie.
No, I know this. To prepare for today's interview, I went online and watched a little something to get a background. And one of the most surprising things about Tito Joe, do you go by Tito Joe now or Pastor?
Yeah.
Okay lang, Tito Joe na lang. That's what everyone calls me. Even here,
really,
people call me Tito Joe.
Oh my gosh, because
Yes.
he's in Canberra. Everybody, he's in Australia.
You're
our first international guest too, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, going back, I did a bit of research. One of the most surprising things that I found out about you, Tito Joe, was that you have an interest in robotics, technology, interior
Since I was
design.
a little kid.
Yeah,
Yes, you did your assignment.
I tried because really I kind of lost sleep over this interview, and I was like, Sam, don't mess this up. You better do good. No, talaga.
That's what a lot of people didn't know about me. Kasi alam nila si Joe Domingo, Dear Joe. Pero the other side of me, marami akong mga iba pang passion.
Right.
Tito Joe, would you consider yourself super nerd? Like, when it comes to that part of your life, I'm techie, I like robotics. Parang, di ba?
Well, I love to be alone most of the time, especially pag andun ako sa kabilang side nung Joe Domingo. Yung the techie side of Joe Domingo. I'd just love to be by myself. Siyempre, pag gumagawa ka ng mga ganyan, nasa workshop ka lang, mag-isa ka lang. I enjoy it actually. Parang I live in two extreme worlds, diba? Yung isa sobrang out there, connected sa lahat ng tao, and the other side of me is the quiet introvert type of person.
Oh my God,
no.
Sam, I'm just so excited kasi si Tito Joe hindi rin tumatanda.
I actually told him the same thing because you look exactly the same from how I remember you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back in the day.
Tumandaan na rin, may mga white hair na.
Well, we have the touch of the appearance feature on Zoom, which is my favorite thing. Works better than any anti-aging cream out there. But anyway, So the interesting thing about the three of us, I think, is we all had a stint in the radio station Magic 89.9. That's where you
Yes.
started out, Tito Joe,
Yes.
right? Can you kind of walk us through like how you started at the station, how Love Notes, which was like the show that propelled you to megastardom, all of that happened.
Well, Sam, I started my career in 1985. I joined the contest Channel 9, hosted by Hillbilly Willie and John Young. It's called This Is It. It was a Coca-Cola sponsored program where they planned on getting whoever will win to be part of the Coke radio campaign, which was supposed to be, noong time na yun, I believe was supposed to be part of a 99.5 RT program. That was
Wow!
sometime in August 1985. So the contest ran for 3 months and I won the grand finals.
Wow.
Yung grand finals, naalala ko pa yon kasi si Koyang andon. He was one of the judges. And yung winning song ko is yung Get Into the Groove ni Madonna. So I was wearing, medyo sip-sip ako nun. I was wearing white pants and red polo para Coke. Anyway, after the show, sabi ni Koyang, do you want to work in radio? Sabi ko, yes. So sabi niya, punta ka sa Philcomsen building.
Wait, Tito Joe, 85?
85
This
yan,
was-
85.
So,
DW, wala pang Magic.
oh, okay.
WBL pa lang.
Okay.
Nung time na yon, ang pop stations were in AM. FM stations were just like music stations. All the talk programs are on AM. So if you tune into FM, ang mapapakinggan mo lang is Mellow Touch, Let's Talk yan, and a lot of other, of course, LS lang yung pop station, no? Pero hindi pa rin masyadong matalk. Anyway, so that was 1985. I started with DWBL with Koyang and a handful of jocks. And then, noong 1986, sometime around February, the radio group was able to buy an unknown defunct station with the frequency of 89.9.
Wow!
All
What
letters
station
now
is
was
that?
DWTM. Okay? Now, I think mahirap magpalit ng call sign kasi you have to apply for it. So we just had to deal with that. No? So doon ako nag-start. February Revolution, I remember, sequestered yung Philcomsen building. So walang mga elevators and we're on the 18th floor. Ewan ko naabutan mo, Tina, yung Philcomsen.
Ano ba? Tito Joe naman.
We're on
Doon
the
ako, 18 floors, mama. We
18th
used
floor,
to,
yes.
You used to walk it up the stairs to the 18th floor.
Hindi
at
lang
lagi
yun,
pang
kasi
sira ang
lagi pang
elevator.
sira. Hindi, nung time kasi na yun, di ba? So, yung mga jeep, lumiliko yan sa Boni Serrano. So, it means, wala naman ako sasakyan nun Maglalakad ako from
Boni Serrano?
Yes.
Oh my God, to
Maglalakad ka ng
Ortiga.
EDSA. Walang sasakyan sa EDSA kasi sarado no? Anyway, maglalakad ka, tapos pagdating mo doon, akit ka pa
18 floors.
Oh, wow.
Nauso yung yung igloo na jug, alam mo yon, yung Coleman. Lahat kami, yung mga taga WKC, lahat may Coleman. Anyway, I started in 1985 as Joe Domingo na sa DWTM 89.9. So that's how I started my career.
Baka gusto mong itanong, Sam, how the Joe DiMago name came about, diba?
I know.
Kasi this is like everything, I'm listening to this also for the first time. I didn't know about Tito Joe winning that competition. So this is exciting too.
They were thinking of names. Dapat Roland Dees. Parang Rick Dees. Alam mo naman tayo, di ba? We want to parang, go after the famous American names. Dapat Roland Dees. Sabi na, wag, isip pa tayo. And they thought of Joe DiMaggio, the second husband of Marilyn Monroe, who was a very famous baseball player before. Sabi nila, sige yun, Joe DiMaggio. Yun, sabi nila. I hated that name. Kasi parang,
did?
I hated that name kasi parang bakit ganun yung binigay niyong pangalan. But I had to live with it, and little did I know that will be a big catalyst in my career, no? Kasi the name itself was a novelty, no?
Right.
And people started asking why Joe Domingo, and because of that, I think people got curious, and it started everything.
So this is a culture in radio that like by the time I was on the air, we weren't doing anymore. But back in the day,
No.
it's like
Yes.
first of all, you didn't use your real name. You had
Mm.
like a nickname on the air.
Mm.
And is it right? Did I understand it right? Now someone else gave you the name. You don't get to decide for yourself.
No.
Just
No.
like they gave me
If you're a new
name.
DJ,
Yeah.
if you're a new DJ, if you're like if you have a name already and you transfer to another station, that's fine. But if you're a newbie, they would make fun of you and think of like crazy names.
Oh
for you.
my God. It's almost like an initiation rite or something.
Yes, yung partner ni Tina, si Vince, Robin Hood ang unang name niyan. Bago naging Rockin' V.
No way!
Robin Hood. Oh, sabi niya, ayoko yan. Umalma siya, kaya naging Rockin' V siya.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, yeah, because Joe the Mango, that name, it got so famous, but it actually started out as a name that you didn't even like.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Wow. So okay. Yeah. So back in the day, apparently, FM DJs were not even able to talk. Like
No.
you were limited to introducing a song, play the
Yes.
song, that's it.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
you started to kind of, include a little like comment here and there about love or whatever. And then that's when like these calls started coming in. Is that right?
Yes. I
Oo
think
nga.
nung time na yon si Helen Vela lang. She moved from AM to FM din eh. Si Helen
Lovingly
Vela lang,
yours.
Lovingly Yours. Siya lang yung may programa sa FM na nagsasalita ng matagal. Everything else was just like, sabi nga ni Sam, intro extra lang, OBB, CBB lang song, that's it. So, di ba meron tayong Friday Magic Madness, di ba? I grew up double L mellow touch guy. So I love listening to a lot of old songs. And pag Friday Magic Madness, lumalabas yung personality mo, di ba? Ano yung favorite songs mo? Parang Rebel Day yun sa atin, di ba? So I get to play a lot of really nice. Katabi lang namin ng mellow touch. Manghiram ako ng mga plaka. Really nice love songs that we don't have. Kasi noon, 45 vinyls lang. So limited talaga yung copies. And then my program was associated with a lot of nice, really, really nice love songs. And yun nga, may mga sumusulat noon asking me to play a song for a friend or a boyfriend, nag-away sila, or they had an argument last night, can you play this song for me? Please tell him I'm sorry, ganyan. Tapos play ka hard to say I'm sorry, ganyan. So, doon nag-umpisa yun. And then, eventually, Koyang saw this, talagang paper bags of letters.
Letters.
No?
Snail mail. This is snail mail.
Yes. So, yung mga kasama natin sa office, yung mga natutulog doon paggabi, they helped me sort out letters. Nagbabasa sila, no?
Oh, wow.
And one day, sinabi ko kay Koyang, I think I'm parang compelled to come up with a program where I can read letters and dedicate songs to people. Sabi niya, we can't do that. Sabi niya, Kid, we can't do that kasi
Kid!
alam mo naman, FM tayo. Si Kid. Di ba? And then sabi ko, Koyang, sige na, subukan lang natin. So sabi niya, sige. Bait ni Koyang, no? Sabi niya, sige, subukan natin. I'll give you 1 month to try it out. If it doesn't work out, at least hindi mo ako sisisihin. At least you gave it a try, no? And that's how it all started. Yung 1 month na yun lasted for more than 2 decades.
But,
25
Tito
years.
ang aking pinakamalaking tanong, Tito Joe, is kasi alam mo, Sam, at one point, the whole metro, even probably Greater Manila, is probably listening to Love Notes, lahat ng bangko. But like your advice, Tito Joe, saan, like, did you ever find out about yourself? Na, huy, magaling ako mag-advise, Diba? Pero kasi ang ganda nung hindi kasi ang galing mo mag-advise, Tito Joe.
Actually, yeah, that's my
Diba,
question
Sam?
also. Because I mean, how old were you, Tito Joe, when you started out the Love Notes program? How old were you?
I started Love Notes when I was 21 years old.
Okay, you're so young, and here you are. I'm assuming you did not have a very extensive, love life history.
Wala.
So where was all that coming from?
Actually, hindi ko alam. I think it's a gift, no? I don't know. Hindi ko alam talaga. It just comes out. It's just comes out from somewhere inside of me. I don't know. I can't explain it. When I look back at Love Notes no, after all these years. Sabi ko, I started when I was 21. I just got married nung year na nag-launch yung Love Notes. It launched around August 88. I got married in December. So wala pa rin ako masyado experience. Bing was my first girlfriend, si Mama Mango. So I really didn't know anything about Mama Mango and the Mango Bango Bunch. Ayun.
Oh.
Wala talaga akong basis for what I was saying kasi parang hindi ko alam where it's coming from.
Was Tito Bing ever part of your advising? Like, whenever you throw out advice or like, nag-team up na ba? Nag-tandem kayo ni Ate
Hindi.
Bing, Tito Joe, ever?
Hindi naman. May mga times, hindi pa. May mga times na nagbibigay siya ng ng input dun sa mga storya. Pero yun lang. Pero there was one time sumulat siya na hindi ko alam. So
Oh, was it about like
Oh.
a problem you guys were encountering or something?
well, hindi ko matandaan. Ayaw pa rin niya sabihin kung ano yun specifically. Pero I think it was an in-law thing.
Oh,
So-
so she doesn't tell you like ito yung sinulat ko
Hindi,
na letter.
oo.
Pero I wrote to you as someone else.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that would drive me crazy. Okay. You wanted to try this out for a month. Koyang, who you hear, you know, we keep bringing him up. He is our boss at the station. Okay, so that's why we keep talking
Yes.
about him. So he gave you the go signal. Try it out for a month. Turned into 25 years. It spawned. It started out as a radio show. Spawned a TV show. It spawned a movie. There were
Trilogy!
pocket novels, newspaper columns. This thing
Yes.
blew up.
That's
Did
right.
Did you have any
Oo.
inkling that it was going to be this successful?
Wala. I was just doing what I love doing. I enjoyed being a DJ. I enjoyed playing songs, lalo na pag Friday Magic Madness. And I was at the prime of my life. I was 21. I was enjoying what I was doing, and I was just giving it my best. And everything that came after that was, I think, just a result of you giving your best at what you do and being sincere about, work.
Was there ever a time when you were like, I am so burned out. I am so tired of hearing about other people's love life problems. I've heard it all. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so done. Like, because even in radio, like even, and I don't even do that kind of show. I've had moments where I was like, wow, I'm tired of this. I need a break.
Honestly, in the 25 or more years of Love Notes, hindi ko na feel yun. I just,
Wow.
for you to be able to do that long in all different media platforms, hindi ako na burnout. I mean, I've been reading about a lot of people who had regular shows, YouTubers who are doing, regular stuff on their channels. And sabi nila, there came a point that I got burned out because I was just doing this over and over again. I never felt that talaga. Never.
Tito Joe,
Siguro physically tired, pero yung passion and desire to do it, hindi nawala.
Wow.
But things are different now, Sam, Tito Joe. Ang laki ng social media. Does it ever cross your mind from time to time na, you still have that following, that for sure. May, in the pipeline ba, by any chance na baka kami mga fans mo ng Love Notes, marinig ka namin sa social media again?
That's a very good question, Tina. Kasi when I came to Australia, I said, I'm leaving everything behind, including radio. Kasi I was still doing DZMM Teleradyo that time. I said, I'm leaving it all behind and I'm sort of like forgetting it. I'm starting a new life. Noong 2015, I started a YouTube channel for Love Notes. No? I had 3 videos there. Sabi ko, I felt like I wanted to do it again, at least have an online presence, no? But I only had 3 videos. That was 2015. And lately, parang sinasabi ni Lord, I have given you a gift.
Oh!
Sabi kasi nung isang verse, nung isang araw sa Bible, sabi, binigyan ka ng gift ni Lord, you use that gift to bless others. So whatever ang take ko doon, whatever talent that God has given you, use it to serve others and glorify God. So parang medyo na-convict ako doon. Kasi parang binigyan kita ng platform, I gave you the talent to do that. Bakit hindi mo ginagawa? So ngayon, I'm actually contemplating on reviving Love Notes on YouTube. Yes.
Really? Oh my goodness. You heard it here first, guys. on the
Yes,
Narrow
first to
Door.
dito, first, yes.
Oh my gosh. That is exciting news. And now you have
Yes.
so much more experience to draw from.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Plus your faith. And no, that's going to be amazing.
Thank you for your encouragement, Sam. I really
Wow.
needed that.
No,
I mean,
wow.
no, totoo yan, di ba, Sam? Like, honestly, to Joe, I'm still seeking. I told Tito Joe that, my seeking hard led me to Sam. Imagine, ano pa kayang advice ang mabibigay mo sa mga taong humihingi, knowing that
Yes.
he has all the guidance, that he's giving you all the wisdom, no?
Yeah.
And it's so
Thank you,
exciting.
Tina. Yes.
It's so exciting.
Next site tuloy ako. Thank you. Thanks sa inyong dalawa.
No, it sincerely. I think the whole love life playing field has changed so much. You're right, Tina, with the social media, the dating apps, online dating. It's a completely different playing field. And just the world being what it is today, I think your words of advice to a lot of people who are encountering problems would be very much needed. I'm really excited about this. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ako
We
din
will-
excited actually.
Yeah.
Excited ako sobra.
Ay, naka,
Yeah.
Tito Joe.
So we will get to the faith part of this, because you did have a conversion down the line.
Yes.
Just to clarify, while all of this is happening, while Love Notes is blowing up in your career, your monster career is taking place, you don't have a relationship with God during this time.
My relationship with God, ang basis noong time na yun, nung nagla-love notes ako, was just going to church every Sunday and praying whenever I need anything or I need something from Him. Yun lang ang concept ko of having a relationship with God. It's very shallow, it's very superficial, it's very sort of like very traditional and out of works. So that has changed dramatically since 2012 when I got to know Jesus, and I know I have a personal relationship with Him. That completely changed my life.
So
and
that
that's
story-
why he's here.
Yeah,
He's
but
gonna
that
tell
story,
us.
wait, but that story is coming up in a little bit, because I still have like a couple of questions about Love
Sure.
Notes. Just
Yes.
do it. First of all, are you tired of talking about Love Notes? Like everyone probably asks you about Love Notes.
Kahit in and out of nga radio, kasi every time I go out, parang people recognize me even abroad, even dito, no? They always ask me about love. Parang yun na yun. Pag si Joe, Dear Joe na kagad eh.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy listening to other people's problems. I enjoy learning from them. And the value that I find in it is me being able to help them see from a different perspective. Kasi if you're in a certain situation, you know naman what to do eh. It's just that you're blinded by your emotions eh. And feelings don't think. And solid thinking is what is needed when feelings get too strong. And sometimes you don't have that capacity because you're just overwhelmed with your emotions. So you need the perspective of someone else. And I find value in that kasi they trust me, and then kahit papaano they listen to yung sinasabi ko sa kanila. Hopefully apply them and will make a difference in one way or the other.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard all kinds of problems in the 25 years that you have done the show, but are there any stories that to this day you can't forget?
Meron. Actually, marami. Pero yung isa na, one that stands out, hindi ko talaga makalimutan. I don't know for whatever reason. Pero
Ako, tignan natin kung napakinggan ko yan, Tito Joe.
actually, story ni Tina yun eh. Kaya hindi niya kailangan pakinggan. 3 dekada of Tina Ryan's love life.
So did you guys ever really like physically work together at the station? Nagkaabutan ba kayo?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, you did. Okay. Sorry.
Tagal din, Tito Joe, no? Ilang taon?
Yes.
Almost 4-5 years ata.
Ah.
I was under their
Saka
wing.
Yeah, nasubaybayan ko yung pagdadalaga ni Tina Ryan.
Ay, wow.
Actually, Sam, promise.
Oh, what an honor
Yes.
to have a witness like Joe the Mango. But yeah, like
Yeah.
what are the stories that to this day you still think about it or you can't forget?
Okay, yung isang di ko makalimutan was a story of a regular couple, no? And then yung guy has a best friend sa US who came back, and then sabi niya, let's go pick him up at the airport.
Oh gosh.
So, and then nagyakapan silang mag-best friend kasi tagal nilang di nakita, no? So talagang super hug. And then they started going out, the three of them. Kasi parang the guy was here permanently, moved from the US. And lumalabas sila, nagbabar sila, nagka-club sila, no? And then sabi ng guy, ng boyfriend niya, sabi niya doon sa best friend, I'll leave Tina with you, for example, kasi kailangan kong pumunta sa States to attend to some business matters. So being friends na, no, they continued going out. The girlfriend and the best friend. So, and one night
mo na yan.
they had too much to drink, no? Something happened between them. So pareho silang guilty ngayon kasi hindi naman nila talaga gusto, but I don't know. They just got carried away. So you can imagine yung pick up from the airport, how awkward it was, no? Kasi bumalik na si Guy. So sabi niya excited. So tara, labas tayo mamaya. Miss na miss ko na yung gimmick natin. So it was all very awkward that day, no? And sabi nung guy sa girl, I have a condo in Makati. If ever mag-overtime ka, kasi the girl works in Makati, sabi niya, use my condo. Just let me know lang in advance.
Oh,
para
gosh.
sure. So I think it was a rainy night, tapos nag-overtime siya. She decided to use the condo na lang kasi ayaw na niya umuwi. But she wasn't able to call the guy. So,
Oh my gosh!
Pagbukas niya ng condo, he saw his boyfriend and the best friend. Oh, naked in bed. So
Iba yung twist, diba?
I did not see that coming at all.
Actually, nung binabasa ko yung letter, nung sinabi niyang nagyakapan ng mahigpit, parang nagkaroon na ako ng parang may thorn na sa heart ko eh. Pero hindi ko pa kasi binabasan buo. Pero sabi ko, why would she mention that particular incident na niyaka? Pwede namang we just, di ba? So anyway, so the guy jumped out of bed, hinabol siya sa labas, no? And she actually sabi niya, parang hindi ko alam yung naramdaman ko, sabi niya, parang nasusuka daw siya sa nakita niya. So she went out, hinabol siya ng guy, asking her, please give me a chance to explain. We had a drink and, it's not what it seems, ganyan. So yung guy, yung girl, sumulat at that point. Na-confused siya. Kasi sabi niya, my boyfriend has been trying to call me, reach out to me, pero I don't want to talk to him. Kasi hindi niya mapatawad yung boyfriend niya for what he did. Pero hindi rin niya masabi that she's pregnant by the best friend.
Pregnant?
You remember, something happened between them,
remember?
Diba?
One
night thing. No?
The boyfriend went to the States, naiwan sila.
Okay, pause. Okay, so that was the letter that was written to Tito Joe. Before we hear what advice he gave, Tina, what would you advise? I just want to compare notes here.
Girl, aminin mo na. Tito Joe, aminin mo na. Mali mo naman, modern family kayong tatlo.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Hindi nga, yan ang advice mo?
Ay, yeah. Parang, kasi, ang hirap kasi hindi ko matanggap yan, Tito Joe, na maglalasing. Diba? Parang, siguro kasi dahil hindi ako umiinom, kaya hindi ako makarelate din. Okay. So, I don't know. I think for me, just come out clean. Patawarin mo, come out clean. If love prevails, diba? Accept the baby. I don't know. There's always a happy medium.
What does, the love guru, Joe the Mango, what did he say to this lady?
Oo nga, Tito Joe.
Nakalimutan ko na.
Natatanda mo ba yung song na pinatugtog mo, Tito Joe? Mas interesado ako sa soundtrack. Sam, sa mga
you used to choose songs for Tito Joe?
the letters.
So you were part of this show too in some way.
No. Not at all. I'm just like, Tito Jo, bilis ako kukuha ng letter. Kasi medyo alam mo yun, problemado na ako sa love life.
So did you ever really go to Tito Joe for advice? Like, I mean, because you get access
All the time. Are you kidding?
Wow.
All the time. My first broken heart, Tito Jo, may alam.
Yes.
Wow. No, that's really pang bragging rights right there.
Mm-mm.
Like, dude, when I had problems in my love life, I had Tito Joe the Mango advise me.
Kaya lang nahirapan ako kay Tina Sam eh.
Why?
Ang tigas ang ulo niyan eh. Nasira yung love note sa kanya, Joe the Mango. Hindi umubra kay Tina. Kaya friends na lang kami, sabi.
Tito Joe,
Hindi kaya ng powers ni Joe the Mango yan.
looking back, is there advice that you regret giving?
Wala naman, alam mo, sa more than 20 years of love notes, I think got two, di naman hate mail, no? Pero 2 letters na parang I felt bad about it sa binigay kong advice kasi I felt na I was wrong. No, one of which was a letter sent by a girl na sabi niya I'm in love with my best friend na babae. And tapos sabi niya we want to start a family together. I know it's wrong, sabi niya, but we love each other and we want to start a family together. Parang medyo nung time na yon hindi pa naman gano'n controversial yung mga ganyan. Pero very sensitive yung issue na yan eh. Diba? And I remember, hindi ko makalimutan when I was writing the advice for that. Sabi ko, parang sa akin, masyado ako naging idealistic. Sabi ko, the fulfillment of life is in having a family. Parang ganon. To that effect, no? Dapat sinabi ko, to some, the fulfillment of life is in having a family. Parang generalize ko. Na if you want to be fulfilled, you need to have a family. So nagalit siya. Sabi niya, sabi niya. So I felt bad after that actually. Hindi ko naman masagot kasi letter lang yun, no? So,
walang return address.
Walang return address. Tapos, wala pang messenger nun. So wala lang. Parang I just felt bad about it. And na-realize ko na there's so much responsibility on my part, no? To really be very discerning, especially when it comes to very sensitive issues or sensitive topics.
Right. But I mean,
may point siya. I realized that she has a point. And inamin ko na mali ako doon. So that was one. Pero pa isa, hindi ko na makalimutan. Ay, hindi ko na matandaan.
That's remarkable. I mean, doing that for 25 years and to have, just 2 people like write back to you and, express like, you were wrong on this, Tito Joe. Like, wow, that is remarkable. I don't know.
Alam mo, Sam, I spanned more than 2 decades. No? Meron pa akong binasang letter na ang nagpadala yung anak na nila.
Oh, I remember that one. No, I remember that one. Oo, meron yan. Yes, so, as in.
Like, na love problem din?
Oh, pero teenager pa lang siya. Pero sabi niya, I just want to tell you that my mom and my dad, they used to they wrote you a letter before when they were having problems with their relationship. Tapos sabi niya, ako na ngayon yung product of that love, hate, na bunga. And here I am asking for advice. Pero mga petty lang, parang mga puppy love kind. Pero nakakatuwa kasi parang, second generation na to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, how cute is that?
Now, Tito Joe, going back to the advice that you gave out, you gave out hundreds. And that time, parang wala ka pang personal relationship with Jesus. Now that you do, and I know that you do, where am I going with this, Sam? How do you, would you advise those people differently now?
Good question, Tina. Nung nagla-love notes ako, no? Remember, we are always after the ratings. Because ratings would equate to income, no, for the station. And ang habol ko lang talaga before when I was doing love notes was first to get as much ratings as possible. And then, of course, for my self-glory. Kasi parang, oh wow, di ba? Ako si Joe Domingo. It was very, very selfish for me. I mean, I'm making that confession now. I was using God most of the time in my advices. Eh. Kasi parang, don't forget to pray. God always looks after you. Ganyan. Lagi ko sinasabi yun because I know God. I know God from a perspective of a person who goes to church every Sunday and prays and reads the Bible once in a while. I know God from that perspective. Ginagamit ko siya kasi alam ko na we're predominantly Catholic and we love to hear people who mention the name of God or Jesus. So parang gagamitin ko to para people would feel good about what I tell them. Kasi at the end of the advice, there's always this faith, God thing na dinadagdag ko. I don't know why I did that, but I did that primarily because gusto ko lang tumaas yung rating. And nung naging Christian ako, parang sabi ko, Lord, I want to parang make amends. Kasi I had a short stint with DZMM before I left for Australia. Had the Love Notes program there. Si Tina nag-guest pa doon, I remember.
Kumanta pa ako doon.
Kumanta pa si Tina doon.
Oh,
bago
wow.
magsara yung show.
Ako yung
Nagsara
dahilan
na siya.
Tapos nagsara na. Sabi ng mga executives, sara na natin yung show mo. Anyway, yun lang. Sabi ko, Lord, I want to give it back to you. So when I was in DZMM, ibang-iba na yung the way I give advice. It's not coming from what you know, but it's coming from what you know is right and what you know is the truth. Magkaiba yun eh. Iba yung perspective mo on things, iba rin yung perspective mo when you are looking at it from the lens of the Bible. Kasi magkaiba. Like forgiveness lang yung pagpapatawad, di ba? How many times will you forgive your boyfriend if he keeps on cheating on you?
70 times, 7 times?
How many times? Ikaw
70 times 7.
70 times 7, di ba? I mean, doesn't necessarily apply to that, no? Syempre. But the thing is, you need to forgive a person. And when you forgive a person, it doesn't mean that you will go back to the same kind of relationship that you have with him. It's not about being in a relationship again. It's about forgiving. It's about forgiving that person. So iba yung context pag boyfriend mo, pinatawad mo, kayo na naman. Tapos pinatawad mo naman, kayo na naman. No? So, and then you always end up getting hurt. Iba na yun, no? But forgiveness should always be there. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to resume the relationship or go back to the relationship.
Right,
so,
right.
mga bagay na gano'n, it changes your perspective on things.
What's this? Because I also guest on another podcast, Good Times with Mo. I'm sure you know Mo. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So he does a podcast and, his show, the format is people call in with their problems and, on a range of different issues. And on the last one, we were actually talking about this, like, the forgiveness part of it. And Mo specifically asked me, like, as a person of faith, how does the forgiveness thing work? And I was thinking about this after the show, and because I think people confuse it when we say we need to forgive, we confuse it to mean like, the call is to forgive, not to be a dummy. Okay? You don't keep going back after forgiving to something that does not work just because you think you're supposed to forgive this person.
Yes.
We need to distinguish the two, I think. But anyway, okay, so I think we're definitely headed towards
That's true.
Your faith journey story now. But, before we get to that, like, I just want to touch on how, Love Notes was a massive part of your life and it was super successful. but you were also just successful in everything that you did, it seems like. From there, you went on to manage radio stations. You worked in TV as well, like you conceptualized game shows on TV. You built the sets. You, again, because you were interested in technology and robotics, interior design, you set up the displays in like Mind Museum. You were one of the co-founders there. You were very successful in business as well. So you had everything going for you, right?
Yes.
And then came a point in your life where you felt like God was asking you to leave that all behind. Okay, so can you take, and I think this starts with the altar call that you responded to in Victory. And this is where our friend, Pastor Dennis, comes in, by the way, our Pastor Dennis. Okay. So yeah, tell us about that day where you went to Victory, Green Hills, and there was an altar call. And for some reason, you felt like, I need to go up there.
I'm still fangirling as I record this extra. Thank you so much for joining us on our catch up with the legendary Joe the Mango. On part 2 of our conversation, we switch gears and talk about how Tito Joe's encounter with Christ led him all the way to Canberra and planting a church over there, away from the fame and fortune that he built over his amazing career. So make sure you join us again. And hey, we'd love to hear from you too. Write to us at thenarrowdoorpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time.